Hey, everybody. We're going to get this party started in about 2 minutes. I'm just pulling up so I can see the actual comments inside the group. Sorry, I tried to get this going a little bit earlier and it was not working. So I apologize for that. As you guys jump on, say what is up in the comments. We are live healers. Hello, hello. Marina Simone here. What's up, healer? We're going to get started shortly. So bear with me so I can get this party started. Here we go. I want to make sure we don't have any dinging in the background too. Can you guys hear me okay? If you guys can hear me okay, say yes in the comments. All right, let's see here. I want to paste this. So give me a sec. You guys are going to hear some loudness in the background. I just want to make sure. Let me get off this. Hello, hello. What's up, Carla? What's up, Lisa? Evie, Amy. Hopefully I'm in the Moms and Heels group. Is this where I am? Okay, perfect. Woo! I was like, OMG. There we go. Got that posted. To give a minute for people to jump on because the chat just went out. So people are just now getting on. We're going to give it a minute. So I see a lot of people are jumping on. So great to have you. Tell me in the comment box one goal you have for this month. Go ahead and tell me one goal that you have for this month while I get the actual watch party going, because I know that it'll actually be easier when we have maybe I shouldn't. No, I'm not going to do that. That's too confusing. We're just going to leave as is right now. And we're going to get this going in the background. Let me get the slide deck. So tell me one goal that you have for yourself for this month while I get the slide deck up. So stoked, guys. Yeah, this is a real training that I'm doing. I didn't send out an email. I didn't make this registration. This training is going to be available for you and your team members until March 31st at midnight. So heads up, okay? March 31st at midnight, this will disappear. If you have people on your team that are inside the Moms and Heels group, you want to tag them right now. Do the @ symbol in their name so they get notified, because sometimes Facebook is not notifying everybody like, hey, what's up? You know, we've got, this person's live, Marina's live. Gotta love the algorithm, guys. Gotta love it, right? So people might not be getting notified. So you want to do @ and then their name. What's up, Karen? What's up, Ashley, Becky? Hey, Nikki, Jessica, how are you doing? So excited to have you guys. I'm excited, you guys. I'm pumped to show you the simple way that you can structure your story to get more yeses from prospects without sounding like a robot and using scripts. How does that sound? Does that sound interesting for all of you? Because I know this, it really was a struggle for me trying to figure out how to tell my story the right way. And so I think I was just like this robot full of scripts that was just running around, right? So I want you guys to know that I'm really going to help you to really structure your story, and I'm really going to go in depth. So I'm reading 903. I want to get this party started. So again, my name is Marina Simone. I teach busy moms how to slay online sales by leveraging their personal brand for their network marketing business, all online, where #pants are optional. If you're like, I love not wearing pants when I'm doing live video and when I'm, using groups and all that jazz, then drop pants are optional in the comment box, in the comment section, because that is absolutely what I love and what I preach. So let's get this party started, right? So let me share my screen and let me get this in play mode. So first and foremost, right, I want to help you get more yeses with your story. Isn't that what we're all here for? Hey, Lisa, happy birthday. We're all here in this industry to find the people that are going to say yes to what we have to offer them. But in order for that to happen, you have to understand that you have to tell stories. But a lot of you probably don't even know what your story is. Or maybe you have like a 45-minute dissertation about your story and you're putting people to sleep. So let's get this party started. And I want you to silence anything that you have going on. I want you to shut it all down. Do not try to multitask while I'm teaching, because here's what I know. I'm a little ADD. And if you're a little ADD, just like I'm a little ADD, what's going to end up happening? You're going to get lost in translation. You're going to forget everything I'm teaching you. So I want you to be present, and you have 2 ears. So let's listen while I go through this. And if I burp while I do this, sorry, can't help myself. Okay. So what can you expect to walk away with tonight? 5 simple bullet points to help you craft your story. Like, you're going to be able to craft your story when you leave this bad boy. I want to teach you little tweaks that you can make to help you emotionally connect and trigger pain points in your story with your prospects. How does that sound? Okay. Also, some questions I want you to ask yourself when you're sharing your stories with your prospects. It's going to help you connect on a deeper level. Okay. So I want you to stay to the end, because I'm actually going to share my written story, my quick short story that you are going to actually be able to use and just plug and play your stuff, like your story, into mine. Okay. So I want you guys to understand, stay to the end, because you're going to be able to screenshot that. And I'm doing a special Q&A. So some of you are wondering, does it even work? So here's what I can tell you. I made no money for 2 freaking years. A lot of you know my story. Some of you do not. I made no money for 2 years in network marketing. I was stuck sharing that story of the Lamborghini, the boat, the jets, the make money, flashing money. Like, when I get my notifications from Facebook, when I get my notifications from Facebook of what I posted, like legit, like 7-8 years ago, when I first got started in network marketing, for 2 years, it was nothing but embarrassment. It was join my opportunity. You're going to make some dough. You're going to make some money. Like, it wasn't even who I am. And I was just legit sharing like stories that I thought people wanted to hear. So here's what I want you to understand. I thought money attracted everyone, when in fact, just because it attracted me, it didn't mean it attracted every single person I came in contact with. So I was sharing this, oh, you're going to make a lot of money. And I was turning off so many people, because different people are emotionally, literally connected to stories in a different way. Everybody's triggered by something different, right? Karen says, OMG, me too. I was so embarrassed. Facebook lose my memories. I know some of the memories. It's like, meet me here at Off the Hookah at 7 p.m. Your pockets are going to grow. Like, it's redonkulous, the crap that I used to say. So I want you to know that when you can structure stories to become emotional, and now that I've realized that emotionally triggering prospects with a simple little structure is more effective. And here's just a little examples of what happened when I started to make those tweaks. So, but I wasn't coachable. I had people that were trying to help me understand this. It wasn't like I didn't have people that were surrounding me that were trying to teach me this. But I guess for me, it was like I wasn't comprehending or understanding exactly what they were saying. I wasn't coachable. I was a complete brat. I thought my way was going to work. It was my way or the highway. And that the right person was going to see it just like I did. Like, that was how I thunked it, right? Yeah, I ruined a lot of relationships. If you were in the NFL, the No Friends Left Club, put hashtag NFL in the comment section, because that was me. Like, that legit was me. So I was doing all this work to connect with new people, but then I was vomiting all over them with facts. I was like this little scientist running around about the product and about the business. So after doing that for 2 years and being on the freaking struggle bus, I realized that I had no skill set. I was stuck in the friend zone with leads and I wasn't reaching through them. I wasn't attractive. My story was boring. It was like legit, just like a copy paste, scam man kind of script of the guys that are, in the freaking, taking pictures in jets and flashing money on their Instagrams. And I also assumed that my past was the reason that no one was joining me. And I struggled. I struggled for 2 freaking years. I shared that with you guys. And so I want you to understand that there's a couple of questions I asked myself, I want you to ask yourself right now. How can I inspire the most influential prospects I have to buy or join my business faster? Like, I really sat down and I was like asking myself, like, how can I do this? How can I inspire them? Because at the end of the day, what I was doing wasn't working. How could I choose the right story to tell my prospects instead of playing the cat and mouse game with them? Instead of me telling a story and then hearing crickets and them not even being moved to even put the thumbs up button in the chat box. And I have to tell you, you guys, like, I hate the thumbs up, but shoot, I'd rather get a thumbs up than freaking get ignored. How can I become a storyteller on any social media platform? Because I kept hearing over and over again, the person who tells the most story wins, right? How can I leverage the power of stories that I can create a consistent story that would bring me in 3 to 5 new customers a week? How can I inspire with stories and not word vomit all over my humans, right? So this was important. So here's the good news, is I can show you the changes that I made, and I'm going to show you the stuff that you got to stop right now. If you guys are open for that, that's exactly what I want to show you. So that's the good news. But I did it the hard way. I did it the hard way for a long time. I was just so bad. Like, think for a minute and ask yourself, like, are you struggling to get prospects to buy from you? They go ghost. They go crickets on you. Are your scripts that maybe your upline or your company giving you, they're just not working, but you keep beating a dead horse. Like, you keep doing the things that aren't working because you don't understand the power of stories, right? Or you're losing people once they're interested. How about that? Are you losing people once they're interested? If that's happening to you, that's your problem. That's not their problem. That's a you problem, okay? So I want you to ask yourself those questions really quick. So if you want the easy way that's going to help you to discover this, then this is what you have to understand. Scripts are great for when you have told a unique story to inspire someone to buy. So like, if there's objections and you have scripts for objections, then that's fine. But you don't want to script people from the beginning. You have to inspire them. They have to feel like they can trust you. They have to like you, right? And a lot of that can be done through your personal branding on your social media accounts. You also have to understand, once they're inspired by a story, they're more likely going to buy from you. So prospects sell themselves once they're inspired, and it won't be that much work for you. So the number one reason you aren't having success in your business is because all you're doing is telling facts. You're a scientist when it comes to your products. You know the compensation plan in and out. In and out, you know that comp plan. You're going to tell people exactly how they're going to make $10,422 when all they probably want to do is make $300-400, but you're ready to show them how they can become millionaires. This was me, okay? Your story isn't inspiring them. Until your prospect is understood and empowered and emotionally connected, the closing of your products or service is not going to happen. People aren't going to join a robot. I want you to think of scripts as robot. Makes sense. Let's put hashtag no robot in the comment section, okay? Oh, here's my little high heel. I was wondering where that was. So this month alone, I've already added 100 new friends on Facebook. And I've told my story to all of them. That is not even counting Instagram, new followers, or anything. I'm just talking about Facebook. I have 150 new friends on Facebook, and I've told my story to all of them. I'm going to share a quick little way and a little tip where you can share your story without looking like a weirdo. So more than half of them have been exposed to my product or my business. Now, did all of them enroll? No, people. Let's stop with the instant gratification. Let's stop acting like oh my gosh, you're going to enroll 100 people in 1 month. If you do that, you can't even keep up with them, just an FYI. But I've exposed more than half of the people to my product or my business. In fact, off of one post that I did this week, I have exposed 60 new people. Yes, there's a whole process that we go over in the Heels Up Academy. But anyway, so that's important. So reminder, I want you to inspire with your story, and then we're going to help you craft it. So here's the thing. Results aren't typical in what I'm going to teach you. And I have to say this legally because I'm going to walk you through what works for me and what works for my team. The systems we use, I've created, have produced over 3.5 million in sales last year alone. That's not even counting my brand. So the same stuff I use for my network marketing business, I use for my brand as well. So that's not even counting my branding. But no, this is not a get rich quick system. It's not for amateurs looking for a secret sauce answer. There's no such thing. But I'm happy to show you what I've implemented for free today. Is that okay? Drop a yes in the comment box if that's okay. Karen says, yes, I got 48 today. Congratulations. I know you're a part of the healer community. So I know what you're thinking right now. You think because you aren't making $1,000 a month or 6 figures a year like you are, Marina, that your story is not going to make an impact. How many of you have thought that way before? Just say I in the comments if you're like, yep, that's the belief that I have, or that's something that holds me back. I want you to know that's a bunch of BS because I used to believe it too. I used to look at my upline who was making $50,000, $60,000 a month, and it seemed so far out of reach for me. And I really couldn't connect to that. I wanted that. My desire was kind of there. But at the end of the day, it was so out of reach for me that it didn't inspire me. It actually intimidated me. So every day I want you to think about something. You're either intimidated by something or you're influenced by something, and that's going to trigger you to make an emotional decision. So think about every day, if you're influenced by some story or someone's story without knowing their past or where they currently are financially, the same thing can happen for you. What do I mean by this? When somebody is at church and they're speaking, you don't know their past. You don't know where they came from unless they share it. But because they're on a stage or whatever, you're probably influenced by them. I want you to think about a one-on-one scenario. Maybe you meet someone new. You don't know their past. You don't know how much money they make. But what if they told a story that got you empowered or inspired? None of how much money they make, none of that even matters, right? So I want you to think about that. Emotional decisions. As humans, check this out, and this is really powerful, and I want you to drop a light bulb if you get a light bulb moment, or just put light bulb in the comment section. As humans, we can be swayed one way or another. So we could be swayed by someone or something that inspires us. We can be turned off and all that, right? People only retain 5 to 10%, and it's really 5. I don't even know why the statistics is 10. It's 5% of facts. So think about this for a second. If you are telling a prospect or a lead, or you're telling your story, or even if you're doing a presentation in front of a room full of prospects for your team, or you're on a stage and all you're doing is talking facts, your audience is going to remember 5% of what you said. And it's probably going to be something they remember because they have a negative emotion attached to it. So we have to find a way to trigger the happy emotion, the inspiration motion, inspiration. We have to figure out a way to trigger emotions that make them want to buy or join or be a part of what you have to offer, which is usually community. Now listen to this. People retain and remember 65 to 70% of stories. 65 to 75% of stories. So if you do a presentation and you make someone feel excited, they're going to remember 65 or 70% of what got them excited. What made them feel excited? Is this making sense, you guys? Are you understanding what I'm saying? So if you're consistently talking about facts, you're turning people off. So imagine this. What if a prospect learned my story about being a single mom when I first got started? They see me on social media And all I do is share about high heels, and I'm sharing about my pregnancy, you know, and they learn about my hashtag, which is Moms and Heels. Maybe they've been watching me for a while. And then when they're out and about, they see high heels that are bedazzled. They think of me and they send me a message on Facebook with a pair of high heels, or they see a quote with high heels in it and they think of me and they send me a picture or a screenshot. This happens to me every single day. Does it happen overnight? No. But through the stories that I've shared, people remember me. And that's what you want to remember, is you want to be remembered. You want to stand out. And through stories, you can do that. So I want you to know it can happen to you. So the power of stories. Leads, prospects, even your team members, your customers. Just because you got a customer doesn't mean your customer is done being sold or done being told stories. Your customer, you can upsell them by telling them new stories, or keeping them on the product longer by telling them new stories, right? So I want you to understand that it's never done. You're never done telling stories. Everyone needs to be inspired by stories. They don't need to feel like once you get them, gotcha, right? So when I think about when I said yes to network marketing, when I think about why I said yes to network marketing, it was the conversation someone had to me, and I felt wanted. And I was in a place where I didn't feel wanted at all. I was in a place where I was working at a cubicle with 3 computer monitors, with 3 stacks of paper that I would walk into, with a boss that just didn't like me and used the crap out of me and paid me pennies. And so when I got on a 3-way call or a 3-way chat, whatever you use, right? And that person on the other end was listening to my story and then related to my story with their story, and I felt wanted, I was inspired to want to be a part of what they were doing. It wasn't all the money that got me inspired. So I want you to understand the power of stories are so important. Eric Worre says this: the learning is in the doing. Some of you are like, listen, Elvia, were you in my office today? Let me know if you want me to write a note to your boss. I have no problem doing that. So for some of you, you're like, okay, great. I'm going to craft this story, but then what if it doesn't work like the first time I tell it? It's not about the first time you tell it. It's about being able to tell it and feeling so passionate about it that you're super stoked to continue to share it, even if people aren't connected to it. Not everybody's going to be connected to your story. Don't think this is 100% enrollment rate from this, okay? But if you are unaware of your story, I want you to drop unsure in the comment section right now, because I want you to know that your story should roll off of your tongue like a reflex. And how are you going to be able to do that? The learning is in the doing. The learning is in the doing. It's failing forward, figuring out what you need to tweak. You're not going to just have one story, FYI. Once you master one story, you create another one because you want to find pieces of you that relate to other humans, okay? So here's a little trick that I want to share with you guys, okay? You guys ready for my little trick? Check this out. So how many of you have been asked, what do you do? And then you freeze. They're like, what do I do? What do I say? I work for a company. You guys, do not say I work for a company. You don't work for a company. You work for yourself with a franchise, basically. Okay. And you partnered with a company because you fell in love with the products and what they did for you. And we're going to go over all that. So stop saying you work for a company. Your network marketing or direct sales company, you don't work for them. They work for you. Just an FYI. Okay. But whenever I'm asked, what do you do? I ask right away, is it all right if I share my story with you? Now, I'm not sending them a 45-page dissertation. I'm going to use, obviously, if this is in voice memo, I'm going to use the whoop whoop little voice message, because now you can use the voice memo on Instagram too, right? I'm going to ask them, is it all right if I share my story with you? My quick story. Why? That builds rapport. It builds trust. I'm asking them if they're open to listening to my story. Then I'm going to share with them the story that we're going to craft today. Can you remember that? If you remember nothing else, I want you to remember that quick little question. Is it all right if I share my story with you? Okay. Network marketing is all about stories. Your story, your product story, your company story, your industry story, your success stories. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth right now? The more stories that are created in your team around the product, the more people are going to stay on the product. The more stories from customers that you share, the more stories can be shared about the customer successes so you can get new customers in, right? It also creates team culture. Stories doesn't just start and stop at getting customers and recruiting people into your business. It also happens to help with team culture. So I want you to understand that. So where do I tell my story online? Obviously, Facebook Lives, Facebook Stories, Instagram Stories. But there's probably a place that none of you are thinking about. How do you like that, right? You better slide up into people's DMs. You got to slide up into people's DMs with your story. Like if you've done my Compliment and Connect challenge, you know that you better be complimenting and connecting with new friends that you're making and find ways to slide up in their DMs and find ways to tell your story, right? It's important. If you guys love this fat guy that's just like scrolling by right now, just drop a funny emoji in the comments below, okay? But here you go. Like, here he goes, like sliding into the DMs. That's what you want to do. Practice telling stories. The best storyteller wins. Stories create conversation. All business is conversations. Opportunities happen in the conversations. Okay, you need to inspire yourself so you can inspire others. So you need to be inspired about your product stories, be inspired about your success stories. And it doesn't have to be your story. It could be other people's stories that inspired you that you're telling. I want you to understand that. Ask questions so you know what story to tell, right? So if somebody says to you, I hate my job, your story that you're going to share is why you said yes to the business. And then share one success story that they can relate to. Right? So if there's somebody who legit is in a cubicle with 3 computers and hates their boss, my story of how I went from cubicle to throne, holler, you would tell my story. You see what I'm saying? So I want you to understand that. So let's structure your story. So there's 5 things that you need to remember so your story sticks. It needs to pop emotionally. Give me a second. I'm going to wet my whistle. How many of you feel like you're getting value from this? From 1 to 10, 10 being like, holy crap, she's blowing my mind right now. 1 to being like, hey. You need to jump off if you're like, hey, because then don't watch anymore. But if you're like value, drop 10 in the comments, 1 through 10. Let me know where you're at, right? So let's structure your story. 5 things I need you to remember. Your story's got to pop, right? You've got to be remembered. So number 1 is you need to be unforgettable. How can you be unforgettable? Number 2, relatable. You have to relate to your prospect. Number 3, trust. Your prospect needs to trust you. So this is why when there's cold leads that are out there, there's quick ways that you could build rapport with them within a 3 to 7 day period where you can build that trust. I want you to know you don't have to sit on people for years before you ask them if they can take a look. Okay. So 3, build trust and build it quickly. 4, you need to tell your story that fits to who they are. Here's an example. I was a single mom. I'm not going to go tell a woman who's happily married my single mom boohoo story because she's happily married. No, I'm going to tell her my mom's story, not the single mom boohoo story. I'm going to tell her the mom story. You see what I'm saying? So there is a right story. And number 5 is you better have a call to action. If you do all the work to connect to people and you don't have a freaking call to action, I mean, hello, what's the point? So remember, stay to the end because I'm going to give you that screenshot. We're going to do some Q&A. So I'm really excited about it. So what to avoid? Okay. Like, help me, I'm poor. Let's refrain from the negativity. Let's refrain from, you know what I mean? Like all the junk. Let's refrain from telling people such a boohoo story that we look like a victim. That's not what we want to do. We want to give them just enough of the boo-hoo to give them the whoop on the other side. Does that make sense? So you want to avoid word vomit. You want to avoid fact stacking, right? You want to avoid lying and exaggerating. You want to avoid 5-page dissertations. 5-page dissertations that you're sending in the freaking. And I did a post inside the Heels Up Academy because I give them engagement posts every single week, right? In the Elite Healer community. And it was dying because I made a post where there was like A and B. A is like the person who sends a paragraph, and then B is the person who sends like blah, 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 like your phone goes off, and you know every time who it is it's texting you like that. You don't want to be that person either. You want to tell just enough and end with a question that's powerful so you can see if they're emotionally attached or get emotionally engaged. So I want you to avoid the word vomit. Show confidence, have posture, right? I want you to be authentic, be excited. And here's some questions. I want you to screenshot this right now. Okay, these are some of the questions that I want you to ask yourself when you are talking to a prospect. Were you prepared? Thank you. Were you prepared? Were you answering the questions with confidence? Were you too anxious to make the sale? Could I overcome objections with a story? Right? So even when you get objections, hello, tell a story. 5, could they relate to the story you were telling them? And 6, was I being defensive or was I being inspiring? I want you to screenshot this. You can feel free to share this with your teams. You can share this on social media. I don't care. You could share this on Instagram stories and tag me and I'll repost you. This right here is powerful because I always ask myself these questions if it goes somewhere wrong, like are these the things that I followed, right? So I'm going to give you guys a minute to screenshot that. I'm going to wet my whistle again. All right, let's keep going. So let's craft your story. Ready? Let's craft it with 5 simple steps. Number 1 is your background. Who are you? So for me, I was a single mom. Again, it depends on what stage I'm on or it depends on the audience, but let's just keep it real. When I first got started in network marketing, I was a single mom and I worked in a cubicle. Now, I want you guys to know, I'm not saying how much I made. I'm not saying this. I'm saying I worked in a cubicle. Why? It's simple. I worked in a freaking cubicle and a lot of people can relate to that, right? So I worked in a cubicle. What didn't you like about you? I had a boss that I was allergic to. She was not very nice to me and she used me and I really didn't like it. And it made me feel like I was a piece of crap. Who introduced me? A friend of mine named blank introduced me to a way that I could make money online with this X product. That's the solution. So who introduced you? My friend blank showed me there was a way for me to make extra money with X product. I got excited about it and I figured, why not? And the best part is here's the results that I got. I'm so excited about the future. Let me ask you a question, blank. Let me ask you a question to the prospect. Are you open to taking a look? If not, no worries, right? So crafting your story in these 5 simple steps is simple. It's very basic. And then you'll find ways to kind of stretch it, leverage it. You can make this a 60-second elevator pitch. You can make this, and I say like a 35-40. You should be able to do like a 30-second, a 60-second, a 2-minute, a 5-minute, and a 45-minute presentation. You should be able to do this all about your story. So I want you to sit down and actually write out your freaking story, craft it out. So get your phones ready to screenshot because here we go. We're going to screenshot my presentation, my actual story here. Okay. So first and foremost, I squish it down a little bit into 30 seconds, but ready? Here we go. I missed my daughter take her first steps when she had just turned 1 year old. It was the worst feeling I can remember ever having. I was working overtime when it happened because I was behind on my car payment and my rent. I was living paycheck to paycheck to barely stay above water, which was embarrassing. I went to college, I got my degree, but I still couldn't keep up with my bills, especially as a single mom with 1 income. An old friend from high school showed me a way to make residual income from Facebook in my spare time. I decided it was time to make a decision to do more, or nothing was going to change about my financial situation. This was back in 2012, almost 6 years, well, now 7 years later. My story has changed so much. I don't miss anything in my daughter's life, and it's all on my terms. And I fired my boss. Like, I would add that in there. Financially, I've built a residual income, and I was able to walk away from my corporate blood-sucking job. Tell me, Jane, do you love what you do? Question mark. So now I can squish this down. I've got it rolling off my tongue in a little bit. This was just me kind of writing it out because I want to show you guys little pieces of what key points were there. So screenshot this because the key points are in bold. But at the end of the day, what did I do? If I'm talking to a single mom, or I'm talking to a mom who's just working her rear end off and she's exhausted, right? And she wants to be home with her kids and she wants to be living a different life. This is going to show them where I was, where I were, and then where I am now. And emotionally, they're going to connect to this. And let me show you why. I'm making them feel, I'm making them think. I've created a feeling of loss because they don't have what I have. And I'm ending with a powerful question. So tell me, blank, do you love what you do? Or tell me, blank, are you open to taking a look? If not, no worries, right? So you can utilize this, squish it down just a little bit more. But here's the key points. I never mention how much money that I've made. I never mention whatsoever that I'm a multiple six-figure earner. I don't mention that. Why? Because it's intimidating. Again, I don't want to intimidate, right? Second, I'm specific on what I hated. I hated the fact that I missed my daughter to take her first steps. I hated that I was working overtime. I was embarrassed because I couldn't keep up with my bills and I had a college degree, right? I mentioned points that crushed me. I mentioned who introduced me, an old friend from high school. I talk about how I made a decision to make a change. And then I talk about, a little bit about like where I've been, where you guys can just take that out. You guys can say, I decided it was time to make a decision to do more, or nothing was going to change for me. Tell me, blank, do you love what you do? Tell me, blank, are you open to taking a look? Right? So you could take out, this is back in 2012, after 6 years, changed so much financially, built residual income. Maybe you're not even sharing that piece or that part of it because you don't have success at this point. That's fine. Okay, so you can structure your story. Is this helpful? Drop helpful in the comments if you're like, oh my gosh, this is so helpful. I love it. Hopefully you screenshotted it. So are you feeling more confident to start crafting your story, or what? Are you feeling it? Oh my God, Karen, I'm so like honored that you're like watching this right now. All right. So if you're feeling more confident, put confident in the comments. Okay, perfect. I see helpful coming in too. So you're finding value. That's awesome. I'm so like stoked that this could be helpful. You learned some powerful stuff as I'm sitting here having a mini contraction. This is like nonsense. Like, this baby just needs to come out already. For those of you that don't know, I'm 36 weeks pregnant. I will be 37 weeks pregnant next week on Monday or Tuesday. I don't even know the dates anymore. So we're almost full term over here. We're super stoked. So you've learned some powerful mind shifting strategies around structuring your story. Okay. And how powerful it is to share with your prospects. Leveraging my strategies, legit leveraging my strategies is what I'm showing you, and exactly what I teach my team, right? So here's what's happened in the past hour. Would you agree that it's been time well spent? And it's probably a little less than an hour, but you guys agree that you got some time well spent? Listen, I can't cover everything. Like, there's so many more points to structuring your story. There's so many more, it's legit. There's so much that I could tell you about different personalities and what to do with those personalities and stories to tell based on what they tell you. So I can't cover everything in just one training with you guys, but let me ask you a question, okay? First off, I want you to know I want every single one of you to win. No matter what, I want you guys to win. So I want to ask you a question. How would you like to learn directly from me weekly and access over 100 trainings? I call it like my vault of success on daily method of operation, how to tell the right story based on personalities, how to sell through stories on Instagram, and tons more like that inside my Heels Up Academy. And here's some more trainings. And in fact, these are some. I just did a healer's hot seat training on Facebook groups. We went through and I actually helped them fix their Facebook groups and give them some tips and tricks. And here's some other stuff, some other trainings that are in there: leveraging features in Facebook groups to increase engagement, running a free challenge in your Facebook group, how to excite your leads to take a look at your Facebook group. I call it giving them shots, getting them tipsy, getting them drunk on yeses, right? So here's some more amazing trainings that are inside of this community. It's our VIP community, our Heels Up Academy. Meet Candace. Candace says, can I just say the personality training, like I was just telling you guys, was amazing. I love the training in here. It helped me understand and speak the love language to my prospects and really helped with knowing what questions to ask them. I would love to see more on personality types. That was absolute gold. So here is my Heels Up Academy. It's a monthly membership community. I don't look like that right now of the picture of me. Obviously, that was before baby. So the Heels Up Academy is a monthly membership community filled with network marketing healers that are flourishing by leveraging Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. We're going to talk about TikTok coming up. Don't ask me why, but we're going to. Blogging, email lists, all kinds of cool stuff. Other social media platforms to build their empires, all from home where pants are optional. So you're a part of a community. And the number one problem that you have is not knowing how to attract the right type of people to you and what to say and do with those that are watching you on social media. How many of you feel that way, right? Content, consistency, daily method of operation. These are the three main things that I see that's happening. These are the building blocks that are crucial when you're building an online empire. So do you know what your story is? Do you know what your message is, what your mission is, the statement that's going to attract your tribe? What story are you telling your audience with your social media profile, right? So here's what you get inside this Heels Up Academy membership area. Weekly live trainings with me. So hosted every Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern. If you can't be on live, you get the replay, okay? You get a weekly engagement post suggestion that you can put inside your Facebook group or on your page, right? So you can get engagement, so you can see what prospects are watching you. The next is a Pumped Up Mondays with Marina. So every first Monday of the month, I have Pumped Up Mondays, where it's a launch group coaching session Q&A, where you jump on with me and I legit go and answer Q&As until everybody's done asking. I do that on the first of the month to help you launch into the month. I bring in 2 guest speakers a month, every second Thursday of the month, on an industry expert on a social media platform, a marketing topic, trainings, or any network marketing training. I do a monthly engagement pod post for Instagram and for Facebook Lives. Okay, that's huge. And that's every 15th and 20th of the month. We do badge statuses. People win free prizes, cashes. I do a lot of cool incentives and contests in there as well. So right now, the value of what I just showed you is $29.97. No, that is not the price. So don't freak out. Just give me a second so I can get through this. Who has this worked for? Stay-at-home moms building it part-time, full-time jobs building it part-time, newbies and veterans in the network marketing industry. This is Jennifer with what we taught so far in Pinterest alone. She has 49,000 impressions, 2.4 thousand close-ups in 24 hours, FYI. She had 27 saves and 31 clicks to her website. So keep at it, folks. She woke up with 49,000 views on her pins in the last 24 hours from the strategies we've taught. Ruth Ann, more leads, more customers, 12 people on her team. She's only been in the business 6 months. She promoted 4 times. She's facelifted her Facebook and IG. She feels like she's getting somewhere with her business. So here's what I want to ask you. Rich dad, poor dad mentality, right? If you haven't read this book, you need to, okay? The rich dad mentality, okay, is you investing in something that makes you more money. So for an example, my husband, I told him it's time for him to invest in me a long time ago. Stop investing in those, stupid things that weren't working, or those scams that weren't working, or the businesses that kept failing, the traditional businesses where you need $50,000, $60,000, $75,000, right? Invest in yourself because you can make yourself more money, right? The poor dad mentality, the poor dad or the poor chick, I'm going to call it, right, is you buying liabilities. What do I mean by that? Buying liabilities is iPads, TVs, cars. The money disappears. So that's money someone else is making off of you. And you're in the rich dad mentality, it's money that makes you money. So I want you to think about breaking old habits. In 2014, I decided I needed to break the bad habits, stop absorbing trainings and not taking action on mentorship. Let me ask you, how many of you have been on a masterclass, you've been on a training, you've been on a workshop, you got excited, you got pumped, then, oh crap, your kid threw up, your boss is yelling at you, your spouse is complaining, and life just happens. Drop me in the comments if you're like, oh, that sounds like me. I'll watch trainings, I'm super excited about it, and then, oh, I got up and I stepped on a Lego, right? I just shared with you how I get yeses and how I have literally exposed 75 people with my simple way to craft a story. The strategy built a team of 20,000 customers and distributors for me and an income of $40,000 a month. So you have this habit and we need to break it right now, just like I did. Life is getting in the way for you and you're not making a change. So today you can take one step closer. How? You can break the habit by investing inside the VIP community that I'm going to share with you. There's no contract, so you can cancel at any time. By investing, you're allowing me to legit give you the strategies that I use. Every time a platform changes, I'm up to date on it. I want to help you create the success by telling your brand story and building a network marketing empire. So this bonus is for the first 30 people that join. So you're going to receive my 333 formula. If you've already have it, don't worry, there's other bonuses. But this value is $97. It's a mini course. It basically is going to help you take a lead, turn them into a prospect. It's my 333 formula, how in 3 days to 7 days, you can take a complete cold market person and turn them into someone who trusts you. I go over Facebook stories. I have PDFs that are in there, how to quickly convert people into sales. So this is $97 for the first 30 people that join. Danielle is amazing. I actually did a hot seat for her today. Her curiosity posts, her groups have grown, customers, her team. She's getting noticed more, and she's promoted and helped her team do the same. Bonus number 2 is there's unlimited Q&A inside the Facebook group. So we're all accessing each other to ask questions. The value is $497. Information constipation. Okay, don't be the person that absorbs information and never implements and gets stuck. You need action, accountability. You need incentive, structure, scripts, hacks, community, and membership. You need to implement immediately, taught from someone who's actually done it and not people that claim to have success, which I can't freaking stand. It drives me nuts. So what you're going to get, here's the link. It's heelsupacademy.com. The link is right there on the bottom. So you get 1 full year of training that's already recorded inside the back office. It's over a $7,500 value, right? So you get all the pre-recordings that have been there for a year. The bonus stack number 1, the 333 training, which is a $97 value. Bonus number 2 is unlimited Q&A daily inside the private Facebook group for elite healers, $497 value, okay? Today, you get started today only. You're going to get all these bonuses, heelsupacademy.com. So total value so far is $8,094. That's how much value is inside this academy. But I want to ask you, if all this did was help you connect with 10 people a week, 10 new leads a week, my trainings, if that's all it did, would it be worth it to you? If you could get more exposure online and more views on videos, would it be worth it to you? If I teach you how to find a daily method of operation in your business to help you save hours and hours of your time every single week, would it be worth it? Yes or yes? Put that in the comments. If I helped you grow one platform that helped you acquire leads consistently and connect with new people, would this be valuable for you? Yes or yes? Drop it in the comments. So you get started today. It's heelsupacademy.com. That is the link. Screenshot it. And so let me move on. There is another amazing Malaska, love her. She, since starting the Heels Up Academy 3 weeks ago, enrolled 6 new members, got 3 new clients, 100 new followers on Instagram, 100 likes on one post. She never could get 30 before. I mean, this is just some of the amazing testimonials. So you can see why others are paying me to slay online sales with them and recruit into their network marketing business. And for you, leveraging Facebook and Instagram and other platforms is a must. It's time. If you're serious about building online, these are things that you need to do. So you can see why it's a good deal if I were to offer it at $997. But here's the thing, if for the year, right? Like you can see how it would be valued at $97, well, or $997. Well, it's not. For you guys on this, you can get started for 3 different ways. One is my lifetime membership. It's a one-time pay. You access over $12,500 worth of trainings. The other added thing, if you join Lifetime, is you're going to get my InstaBoost recruiting workshop course. That's usually $297, and you're going to get it for free if you join the Lifetime option. You're also going to get a special Q&A Zoom with me, and you also get an added bonus healer swag. So that's the Lifetime membership. Then there's the annual membership where you pay one time $297 for the year. You get 4 months free if you do it that way. Or there's a monthly option. Build monthly, $37 a month. It's included in the package. Again, no contract. You can cancel at any time, okay? Bonus number 3, if you join today, for the first 30 people that join, I'm going to give you my GPS recruiting formula for Facebook groups. How I recruit from Facebook groups, how I build connections. There's scripts, whole bunch of cool stuff. And here's the other special bonus for the lifetime access. It's the extra healer bonus I was just telling you about, which is my InstaBoost course. Basically, I show you what to do every day for 30 days. So this way you can recruit from Instagram. That's exactly what it is. How to set up Instagram, how to boost your reach to a larger audience, how to get 100 followers in 30 days. You receive my SOS Instagram tracker, learn how to tell stories on your IGs, how to do the stories, how to write captions, and how to collect leads. Guys, I got to tell you, Ray Higdon took this course. Just got to kind of put that out there. He asked if he could see my course. He bought my course. I was like, stop it. I was like, oh, and he loved it. So anyway, the value of this is $297 only for lifetime access registrants. So if you do the $497 option, you will get this. So let's look at the stacks here. Okay. Now we're looking at a value of $8,588. Karen, yes, you can change to pay monthly. Just go to the heelsupacademy.com and purchase the $497. We see that you come in at $497. We check if you're on monthly and we cancel that monthly for you. So if you're already an elite healer and you want to upgrade, you can absolutely do that. Just go to the link and go ahead and upgrade. So heelsupacademy.com again is that link. So again, here are the 3 options. So here's your 2 choices. You have 2 choices. You can be 1 or 2 of these humans. 1, you're a producer, or you're a watcher. So you're a watcher. You do nothing. You take no leap of faith. You just take with what you learned here, and hopefully you implement it 100% risk-free because you're like, whatever. You go do your thing, right? Or number 2, you're a mover, you're a shaker, you're a producer, and you make the small investment compared to all the freaking value that you're getting, and you get results, right? What's going to change if you don't change? So for those of you that join the lifetime membership, if you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from the second you purchase it, let me know and I'll give you your money back. I have no problem with that. Okay. So if you join at the lifetime membership, you have that 30-day money back guarantee. So you can get started today at the heelsupacademy.com. You're probably asking yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth gambling a few minutes to check it out? Yes. Okay. It's not going to kill you to check it out at heelsupacademy.com, right? If it does half of what I've claimed today in this masterclass, will it pay for itself? The answer is yes, right? So other opportunities can be taken once. With this, you get access to me weekly. Someone today was like, I can't even believe you charge $37 a month or $497 for life or $297 for the year with all the value that you give. That's what I do. Here's another special stack bonus for the first 30 people. I'm going to give you my 3-step SOS Facebook Live formula where I teach you how to leverage Facebook Lives to make more sales. And here's the thing. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I just figured out a way with my simple daily method of operation how I can stay committed while being a mom. I figured out how to be vulnerable. I figured out how to just share simply on social media and find people's pain. And that's all I'm going to help you do as well. So the bonus, the first 15 people that join lifetime access are going to receive a special invite from me within 48 hours of you signing up for the group launch Zoom, unlimited Q&A. This is going to be for any lifetime member that has already previously joined and for the first 15 that take advantage of this tonight, okay? So here's the bonus stack again. Now we're looking at legit over $9,882 in value to get started today. Again, heelsupacademy.com. That's the link right there at the bottom for you guys, okay? So I want you guys to understand, I don't know why that just opened. Let me escape here for a minute. Okay, here is the actual, let me show you what to do next. How about that? So you're gonna go to Heels Up Academy. It's gonna look a little bit different on your guys' phone. So I'm showing you right now this right here. And you're gonna click the enroll now. You can absolutely read all the stuff. You can see like all the special bonuses that you're gonna get for joining. There's more stuff that I haven't announced that's on here. And you're just gonna choose one of your options. So when you choose the option of the lifetime access, it's gonna take you here and you can check out. It's that simple. And for those of you that join at the $497 option, you don't need to purchase the InstaBoost course. For those of you that want the InstaBoost course, you're going to be offered that at an actual discount, which is awesome. So hold on one sec, because I have one more thing that I want to show you guys right here. Let's take a selfie together. This I'm really excited about, okay? Yes, I teach how to ATM in groups. Absolutely, Laura. So before I get the Q&A going, any questions that you guys have, and I can always come back and answer them on the comment chat as well. Let's take a selfie where you guys can tag me. So this is something that I've been doing whenever I do team trainings and whenever I do anything, because it's a lot of fun, right? So I'm going to give it a minute for it to catch up, and you're going to grab your phone and you're just going to screenshot you in front of the computer, right? You in front of the computer or you in front of the phone or whatever. Take a selfie or take a picture of this and, you know, post it and tag me on it, whatever. Tell me something that you learned from this. I want to know from you guys, or maybe you do a video. I did. Oh, yay. I'm so excited. I pronounced your name correctly. I should get a cookie for that. I'm going to have a cookie when I'm done. So what's going to happen is this. Let's take a selfie right now where you guys take a selfie with me. Hey, how you doing? Because here's what I want you to know. I'm going to pick out 5 swag winners of people that tag me either on IG stories, Facebook, whatever. And you tell me what you learned from this training. I'm going to pick out 5 swag winners, and I'm going to give it until the end of the month for everybody to do this, because we're going to have your team members that are able to watch this. Okay. So I'm going to put the link, because this is live in the Facebook group. I'm going to put the link at the top of the title of where you can enroll. I'll be sending out reminders there. This replay will be sent out, and this will be available until March 31st. I'm really excited for you guys. I'm hoping you got some value from this, because put a lot of time and effort into this, because I know how powerful this can be once you learn how to craft your story. I hope to see you inside the Heels Up Academy. We've got some amazing stuff that's going on in there for the month of April, especially since my baby be coming. I got some cool stuff planned. A lot of amazing experts that are coming in to train all of us. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for being on. Hope to see you in the Heels Up Academy, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.